I shall sing a little song and hearken you in, dear. Believe it or not, you won't believe it, but it's true. My wife bought me some singing lessons for Christmas because I kind of always had a hankering to fine-tune the instrument. You know how it goes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the YouTube edition. I'm sorry about that. Full confession. What I did was I accidentally chose today's Rokk Players show. I streamed to Rokk Players. So I'm going to have to set that all up again because poor old Rokk Players will now be showing that it happened and it's all ended. What an idiot! What an absolute idiot you are here, Rokk. What a numbskull. And you missed all the fantastic music as well, which I absolutely love. But they got it on Twitch. I'm sorry. I know, much better. I'm so sorry, Tracy. It was, idiot time. It's a Thursday. It's getting close to the end of the month. See, the way it happens in OBS is you manage your broadcast, you fire it up, and there's a list. Now, normally, I only do the day ahead. So some people, like John Scar, he will flesh out all of his coming broadcasts for like the next week or beyond. But I don't always, I might have something to say on a particular day. You know, it might be some great piece of news. So what I typically do is I only do it the day before. Of course, Thursdays, there's two shows, Rokk Players and Rokk Around the Clock. And I clicked on Rokk Players. I went live on Rokk. I've never done that before. I'm so sorry. And there I was saying hello to everybody. We had some lovely music to start with as well. Hey-ho, that's the way it goes. Demi, how are you? Hey, Rokk and chat. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. How are the old virtual photos going, by the way? I haven't seen any recently, but I just may not have been listening. I don't know what EDM means. What does EDM mean? Fips, nice EDM. I'd like to know, because that's the kind of thing I need to know. I need to know. It's on a need-to-know basis. So the draw has started, and my apologies to all of you. In fact, if you'd have done it at YouTube, it would have gone through as well, I think. Yep, I can see that it has. So we have 12 people, which is good because we've only got 10. So 2 have been watching YouTube. I don't know why. Maybe that's because, of course, because I didn't go live. So there's a bunch of folk over at Rokk Players going, what the heck's Rokk doing here? Get out of here, Rokk. This is not your domain. No, it's Bjorn. Bjorn runs that show. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Moonlit on the Bay got a Twitch ticket. Well done. She's in. Bygone Fusion's got one as well. Good on you. Tracy, Rokk, we can't see you on Tube. I know. I'm so sorry. I've never done that before. I've acted around. I know, Ninja Guy. So I'm just catching up with you all. How embarrassing. He was in Rokk Players vid. I know. What an absolute numbnuts. Let's move on beyond the point where we came back. Much better, says Tracy. Oh, thank you. Awesome stuff. Get your own exclamation mark wins in. Happens to the best of us. Yeah, and the worst of us, Joe. Me. You're seeing us now. I am. I'm seeing you now, dudes. Fantastic to see you. 13 people in the draw. So what I was explaining to those of you that were waiting here patiently and diligently and loyally and lovingly, what I was explaining was the show's a little bit different, only minor changes. One is, look, here I am full screen. I just think it's better than me in a box. Plus, when we get to the wheel this week and forever, I think, we'll see how it goes. We've got 2 wheels from today. The first one is our normal one where we draw the winner, who of course are all members and everybody who has entered the draw today. So, and we've got 13 of you at the moment, 23 minutes to go. So you'll go off into the wheel, normal thing, spin the wheel. Then, once the wheel has chosen the winner, we have another wheel. We really do. And that wheel is the games. 49 of them. That would have been 50, but Rockmirth claimed one yesterday. Great games. Well, Space Wars, I think. Space Crew something. We have another one as well of that same game. It's a great looking game, so I bought another one, put it back in the pot. So there would have been 50. There's 49 games. And dual running. Am I going in Rokk Player as well at the same time? I better stop that, hadn't I, if I am? Oh dear, I've never had that happen to me. I can get all sorts going on, I can tell you that. I could have us in all sorts of different places. Let me just double check, make sure I'm not live with Rokk Player as well. Poor old Bjorn. That's his baby. Live. We're live, I tell you. Right, so what I will do is I will make Rokk Player private. There we go. And that has now ended. It probably just is going around and around and around like they do. So that's good. Right. But this is working and you can see me, and that's the most important thing. So thank you for that, guys. Yes, so we're going to choose a game. And to spice it up, what I've done is I've thrown in an extra super duper game for all of you lovely folk. It may get chosen today, it may not get chosen for 3 months, but it's Horizon Zero Dawn PC Edition, Ultimate Edition, Complete Edition. So it has all the DLCs, and of course it's a gorgeous, gorgeous game. It's one of my favourite games of all time. So you will have a bunch of games with that one in there, and who knows, it could be any one of you that gets that one, but it may not be today. So there you go. Fancy, and look at that, Rudig's Fancies HCD, such a great game. Yeah, and I tell you, it looks stunning on PC as well, Rudig's. I'm not sure if it's on GeForce now. I didn't check that, to be honest, when I bought it. But anyway, it is there. It's in the wheel. So we're going to have a wheel to choose the winner, and then a wheel to choose what game the winner gets. Very fair, very random. I've also thrown in some GeForce Now passes. Now, at the moment, I haven't stipulated to what length, because I have got a message into the ambassadors, the ambassador program, to see what they will give me. So it simply right now says, I'm just having a little looky poo, see if he's responded. No. So at the moment it just says NVIDIA GeForce Now pass, and later today stroke tomorrow, hopefully it'll be more than the 3-day pass. If they say no, get out of here, it's going to be the 3-day pass. And some of you have never tried it, so that's all in there. So we've got 10 of those in, plus the games, plus Horizon Zero Dawn. So there you go. It's going to be fun, fun, fun till your daddy takes the T-bird away. Right, let's catch up with some of you amazing folk. EDM Beans eat Doritos. Oh no, I don't want to be eating Doritos. Actually, who doesn't love a Dorito? I can't eat them at the moment because keto. I've got to get back down. I put on 13 pounds, I think, since I stopped dieting. So the carbs and the sugars have been abandoned, and I've already lost 2 pounds, so that's good. And there's always a degree of water in there, of course, fluids. So, but that's all good. So that's happening, and I can't eat Doritos, as gorgeous and tasty as they are. Just went very bright. That's better. And okay, thank you for the Eat Doritos, dude. Electronic dance music. Yeah, well, that's going on here as well. It's just that it's quieter. Listen. Dropping the beats. Oh yeah. So the background. If you want it louder, I'll make it louder. It's difficult for me to tell how loud it is until I watch the show after. And sometimes I'll watch it and think, oh my God, that was so loud. So you guys need to tell me. But yeah, the tracks at the beginning of the show and the end of the show are absolutely fantastic, aren't they? I love them. Definitely getting back to holidays was super busy. We love Rokk. Oh, thank you. Bless you, Demi. And we love you too. We as in the me. The royal we. God, I'm looking forward to your virtual photos. You do a cracking job with those. Look at this, Jewel Running. There was a film, wasn't there? What was it called? Was it Jewel Running? Sci-fi. It's kind of just after Star Wars came out. Was it Jewel Running? And it was absolutely fantastic. There's little robots, like little two-legged robots. And there was a guy on his own. Was it Hal? Was it Hal in that one? was Hal was in 2001 Space Odyssey, wasn't he? Similar kind of, but it was more of a comedy, but such a great film. I'm sure it was called Dual Running. Your guys will remind me. Okay, let's kick it on. Don't forget, guys, exclamation mark win. We got 14 of you. You can double dip if you do Twitch as well as YouTube. If you're at Twitch, though, and you're not following me, can you do me a favour and follow? And actually leave Twitch on in the background. I'll tell you why. To get up to the next level of whatever the affiliate thing is, I've got to have, at least once, a show where 75 people are watching. I've only ever had that twice in my entire 3-year YouTube career. I mean, they don't half make it hard, don't they? There's been a couple of new YouTube policy changes this week, but I'm pleased to say none of them affect us. The major one will affect some folk, and that is if your show has a lot of swearing in it, you know, effing and jeffing and all that stuff, and you haven't marked it as 18s or over, they will do it for you. So it's a bit of a warning. It's actually, the debate's out on whether that's a good or a bad thing, if there's plenty of warnings up front. But I do get that some people get very offended by that stuff. And of course, but it does mean that those of you out there that are letting it all rip when you're game streaming, or just generally sat there and, you know, screaming at the world, you could find yourselves with your shows marked as 18 only. And the reason that's not a great thing is that in order to watch those, you have to put your date of birth in, which means a lot of people will just go, nah, can't be bothered, and disappear. So it's not good. As you know, I never swear. I don't. I mean, I do in real life. Who doesn't? But not when I'm live. I always say to people, I've said this to Primo Bacalong, and he took it on board. Not that he ever swears either. He's actually pure as the driven snow, as is Cowboy as well. He's not a fan of swearing and stuff. But I always say that these things are legacies, aren't they? You know, I hope long after I'm gone, my grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren will be able to watch and go, can we watch Grandad again tonight? And I'd hate to think that they're sat there and the impressionable 5-year-olds or something, and I'm there going, and that's their impression of me. So I like to have that in my mind. It's not just, also the fact that you guys as well, I owe you some respect. So that's why you don't get it from me. There's plenty of others that do, but that ain't what I do. It's not the audience that I want to appeal to either. Hope all is well, Rokk. Yeah. Actually, do you know what, mate? It's great. I'm really looking forward to the weekend. I'm a little bit gutted though, Rudigs, because I was offered 4 grandstand tickets to go and see my rugby team, the Exeter Chiefs, on Saturday. But I had no one to go with, and I didn't want to sit in the middle of three other empty seats. My daughter's going back to uni. My mum and dad are, what are they doing? They're shielding because they were exposed to a few guys with COVID. My youngest daughter was well up for it, but her boyfriend doesn't come to stay with us until Sunday. So I had to decline. It's just, what a shame. I love a bit of rugby as well. But there you go. Such is life. Happy to help. Thanks, Tracy. I'll speed on a little bit here. PlayStation Software and GFN aren't playing together at the moment. Oh, maybe soon. Time will tell. What's going on? I haven't caught up with the Sony CES event thing yet. I'm really keen to, though. I heard Dr. Spaceman said it was really good. So I'm really keen because, as you know, I play in all camps. I've got a Series X, I've got a PS5. Obviously, I've got GeForce Now. And what else have I got? I've got my PC. The daughter's got a Switch. So, I like to... I go where the games are, to be honest. But it'd be interesting to know what's going on there. Alco's Choice. Alco, sorry. I was ready to get small before I put it up on screen. ACOS Choice is free on Epic Games Store. Yeah, I've actually got the 2 free games. I don't remember that one being one, but maybe you've misspelled it. We'll have a look at those in the news in a second. We'll get over there very quickly. Just want to catch up with the chat, and then we'll disappear over to Larry. I'm trying to push to 3,500 calories a day with 200 grams of protein. Wow. I'm non-stop eating. Yeah, but you're up 3.5 calories. I mean, you must be working out like a crazy man. If you're not, then you must be doing a lot of exercise somewhere. See, my problem is I live a fairly sedentary and not very impressive life. Luckily for me, I've never smoked in my life. Nicotine or any other form of smokable substance. I don't drink alcohol and I haven't done for several years. I don't own a car of my own. So in theory, I should be a very healthy individual, but I'm since lockdown and I kind of, set myself up here at home, I rarely go out. I don't go out in the week. And I mean, literally, I don't go outside the front door. So I'm either stuck here in my little cave, in my little studio come office, or wandering around the house for a few footsteps. I mean, my daily steps, let me tell you how bad it is. Let me flick up my phone and see what I've done today. Okay, so my steps today, right? And bearing in mind that Rudig's here is probably thinking about 8, 9, 10,000 steps. Anybody that's serious about exercising, 628. That's my steps. And it's not like it's morning for me. It's 17:33, so it's the end of the day. So yeah, that's why I have to constantly diet, because it's not the food. I'm not a foodie. I actually don't enjoy food at all. I really don't. There's all sorts of reasons for it. I won't go into them here. So I'm not a big eater either. It's purely that I lead a cruddy, sedentary life. And I do not recommend that for anybody. No, a true Rudigs, I'm hardly moving. I honest to God, at least when I went to my office, which is walking distance from where I live, there was a 5-minute walk there and back. And then every day around the office itself, which was fairly large, I was walking around, seeing the staff and everything. And then if I made a phone call, or if I had to take a phone call, I would always walk around the neighbourhood to take the call rather than sit in the office. So I was getting reasonable exercise, all gone. And that's lockdown. And I've got myself into a habit. I intend to break it this year. I can't keep going this way. I'm going to end up with, I'm already getting some issues. I'm noticing issues with it. So it has to, and Tracy loves the music. Tracy, is it too quiet, too loud? Let me know. I'll get there. Silent Running. Thank you, Pete. That's the film. That's the very film. What an amazing film. Not Blade Runner. Good shout, though. That kind of cyberpunk stuff, wasn't it? Good tune. Thank you, brother. Short Circuit. Oh, do you remember Short Circuit? The little robot dude. Oh, yeah. What was he called again? Was he something like Five Alive or something? Wasn't he called Five Alive? Five's Alive. It was like a robotic ET, wasn't he? Hey, Big Steve, how are you, buddy? I'm going to whip through you all now so we can get over to some news, because we've got some. There's a good way to view it. That's a good way to view it, Rokk. SPG is a big... Yeah. Well, I've actually mentioned this to him offline. There's a few. They may not care. I mean, they might, and that's fair enough. I'm certainly not preaching. I purely put out the word on the basis that... look, if all of your viewers are when you're streaming live, or if that's where you get most of your audience, then it's irrelevant, because this is for pre-recorded and post-live stuff. They can't tell when you're live, or at least they wouldn't bother to put the resource on it. So it's going to be after, and it may even be days or weeks after. So a lot of people, what the heck, they stream every day, like Rokk Around the Clock. I don't know how many people watch it, to be fair, after. I could find out. And I know a fair few do, but obviously come the next show, it's gone, it's played its course. It's unlikely that someone will go back and watch Monday's episode if there are 2 others after it. They'll probably just watch the most recent one. But obviously, if you're game streaming once or twice a week, and you're relying on those repeat views, then you've got to kind of just bear that in mind, or make the whole thing 18 at the time and just bite the bullet. Should get the boys together. I assume the UK isn't that big. You should pull Dandroid, David Wilson, Doragon together. It depends where they are. So I can tell you, for example, David he's quite some distance. If he jumped into a car, it would take him about 10 hours to get to me. I'm not so sure about. I'm going to guess. I think Doragon has told me before. It might be in Essex. I think it's Kent or Essex or Sussex. That's a 6 hour drive. So Lee, who GeForce Now source Lee, he is in Scotland, and that's a good 11-12 hour trek. So yeah, you'd be surprised. Clive's probably, I mean, apart from people in my county, Clive's probably the closest, because he lives just north of Bristol, so he's probably about 2 hours away. But yeah, it's all relative, isn't it? If you're in the States or the wilds of Canada, that's probably nothing. Day's trip to go and get your milk. It's pronounced Ico. All right, dude, I shall check it for you, my friend. Oh, damn, Rokk, you're barely moving. I know, it's not good, is it? Someone needs a dog. I desperately need a dog. I would love a dog. You know that. You know I'd love a dog. Little puppy breath. And you know, their little puppy breath they have when they're puppies, and then their little teeth, and they bite you, but it tickles. Oh, little pups. Johnny 5 is alive. Thank you, Rudings. I knew it. The volume is perfect. Thank you, Tracy. Short Circuit was so good, except for making a white guy wear brown. Oh no, did they do that? What, they did that? Did they do that to make the white guy a brown guy? Or was he going to a fancy dress or something? Yeah, it's difficult to judge historical stuff on today, isn't it? You have to look at ourselves as being that little bit more enlightened. I mean, there's no other way you can look at it, really. Hey, and just speaking about you, my friend, how are you? I was just letting people know he loves puppy breath. It's true, though, isn't it? It's one of the most lovely smells in the world. I was just saying to people about a new YouTube policy, Ant, that is going to force videos with excessive swearing to be 18 and over automatically. And I'm saying that you and I, we're quite unique. We don't swear, we don't approve of it, certainly not when we're streaming. So we're not going to fall foul of that, but there's certainly folk out there that will. Hey Al, how are you, dude? Been watching all your James Bond music tweets. There must be. When are they going to announce the new Bond? It's got to be coming up shortly, hasn't it? I've got some. I don't know what they're going to do. I've got some personal choices. I'd love to see Sam Heughan, who's the Jamie in Outlander. I think he would make a fantastic Bond. He's got an amazing sense of humour. He's a gorgeous looking guy, great physique. He's a good actor, and he's the right age. They could get a good 20 years of movies out of him. I'm sure his agent would have put him out for it. Daniel Craig was an interesting choice because he was just completely left of everybody they've ever chosen. They've always kind of gone for the really good looking guys, and he was just they went for someone who was clearly damaged goods in terms of both the Bond narrative and how he looked, and it's a great series of movies. My favourite, though, and it's purely because of my age, was dear old Roger Moore. I just loved his films. I loved the humour, I loved the dad jokes, the music. Who can ever forget the songs? Paul McCartney, Sheena Easton. I mean, they were just amazing tracks. And although there have been some good ones, I mean, I can't remember the Billie Eilish one. Sam Smith's was good, kind of forgotten it. But those old school Bond songs, man. Yeah, the only swearing on my streams are from Chucky. Yeah, but I would dump the Chucky because you don't want to get your streams marked 18 only, because people have to then put an age in when they watch it. And I know a lot of your stuff. Tom Hardy would. Yeah, see, Tom Hardy's a great choice, Al. I love Tom Hardy. I think because not only is he genuinely damaged goods, so he carries it forward, but he's actually quite a good-looking guy. I wouldn't say he was classic Hollywood good-looking, but yeah, he's very charismatic. I loved him in, was it called Tattoo? The BBC thing that he did, he funded it himself. It didn't do that well, sadly. I think it was based on a story written by his dad. But I loved him in that. I've loved him in everything he's done. Drive is one of my favourite all-time movies. And it's such a tribute to the man's talent that he can spend an entire hour and a half keeping the audience on tenterhooks in what is essentially one very big soliloquy, isn't it? There's hardly any of dialogue or acting outside the car. It's all on him on the phone taking the story forward. Check that movie out if you haven't seen it, guys. Stunning movie. Right, let's get over to Lazar, shall we? Because I'm very conscious that we're going to run out of time. So let me get ourselves over to Larry, and here we are, young Larry. Again, big news of the day is GeForce Now. And of course, it's GeForce Now Thursday. So they have their usual blog. I'm just checking, yeah, they do have the games here. Okay, so let me just think about the time here, guys, so we don't miss this. 2 minutes left on today's draw. We've got 17 people in today's draw, but I'm seeing 16 of you watching the show. I know a lot of you have double dipped onto Twitch, so that means a fair few of you haven't entered today's draw, and you may not want to, and that's absolutely fine, particularly if you're already a member. Lawless. I don't know that I've seen Lawless. What is Lawless? Is it a TV series or is it a film? I love him. He was in Inception. Another amazing movie. Amazing movie. Tom Hardy breakout role for me was Warrior. Now, I've heard you mention this. Is that the... Let me think. So Tom Hardy did the amazing... He's done the... Somebody just get rid of the... Hide! There we go. One Flips just subscribed. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. And that's... that, I think, is your Twitch thing, isn't it? Yes, thank you for that. Crikey, I could talk about Tom Hardy till the cows come home. I think he's amazing. He's certainly one of my favourite actors. But he is, he will tell you, he struggles mentally, and a lot of that. Peaky Blinders. He's amazing in Peaky Blinders, where he plays the Jewish guy. Fantastic role. What else has he been in? He was in the Cray Twins, where he played both the Cray brothers. Remind me of Warrior, please. And what was the film the basis of? Movie. Okay, I've got to check out Lawless. I may have seen it, but I can't remember. He was also in crikey, is it not Purgatory? With Tom Hanks. Oh, what's it called? Road to Perdition. Oh, the music on the Road to Perdition. Oh, just one of the greatest movies of all time. And again, Tom Hardy plays an amazing character in that. I think Tom Hardy's in Road to Perdition. I'd hate to have got that wrong. Lock, thank you, not Drive. Thank you, Pete. It was Lock. I always get that mixed up. Somebody bought it for me on DVD and I lost the darn thing. I noticed the other day it was free to watch on one of the streaming channels, so I intend to sit down and do that. MMA Fighter, you did. Thank you, dude. Oh man, he puts himself into it, doesn't he, as well? He's a real method actor. He does the 100% bish bash bosh stuff. He gets himself physically into the role as well. Good guy. I should imagine, and I don't know this, but I should imagine he's probably quite hard to work with as a director and a fellow actor. I should imagine that he can be quite a tough character. I've heard similar of people like Anthony Hopkins, for example. But anyway, we have finished the draw, folk. We have 20 people in the draw. Let me just copy you all out and get you over to the wheel. So that we can then have I can relax knowing that you're sorted. As far as got to bring you to the front. That's the game. Where's the winners? Too many screens. I should use my third screen. There it is, hidden away. Right, we've got to add you guys in. On top of the members, of course. Thusly, there you go. Delete the ones. This is the most annoying thing about having to use Streamlabs. I can't just copy out names. I take code with me, so I have to delete the code. It doesn't take too long, but it is a pain in the bum. Don't forget, guys, if you are a winner today, you will need to join my Discord, and the link in the video description should now be a working one. It was incorrect yesterday. I fixed it. You'll need to join Discord simply because that's how you're going to let me know who you are, and then I can give you the code. Just saves me messing about because folk are everywhere these days, aren't they? Right, hide that and come back to the chat knowing that it's there. And there is the chat. Right, so GFN Thursday, couple of quick things. Where are we? 1:45. Let's do this for 5 minutes. So it's GFN Thursday. We all know, because it was this big CES event, that they've launched the Ultimate. You may have seen on Twitter that mine has already changed to say Ultimate. However, I am not 100% sure that they've rolled out the upgrades. They may simply have already moved to change the name, but as an ambassador, I do anticipate that we will get it fairly soon, fairly early. The other thing I don't know, and I'm going to get confirmation on this, is whether, especially initially, whether all games are going to come under the auspices of the 4090 upgrade, or whether it's just going to be games initially that make use of the additional Ada Lovelace chipset features, like the DLSS 3, for example, 240 frames, although I think that will work on the 3080 as well, but reflex. So it may well be that games that are the contemporary games, i.e. games that are coming out around now and moving forward, will automatically kick into the 4090, but older games, and by which I mean even most recent games like the Witcher remake, may still use the 3080. And I have tried playing several games today to see if it mentions what card is being used, but every single one just said NVIDIA GTX, I think. So I think they're being canny and not letting us know on purpose. Let me zoom in. But nonetheless, it may well be that Ultimate has rolled out. And for clarity, because there was some confusion, 240 frames per second is effective for 1080p, 120 for 1440 and 4K, and 60 for 4K. So just so you know, in case there was any confusion, because I know there was a little bit of that confusion there. The price remains the same. It's about £16 in the UK, $20, $19, $20, €19.20 as well through Europe. Of course, Priority and the free tier stay the same. Priority, I think, is going to make use of 3080 cards, which will be virtualized, so it'll be at least the power of a 3060, but that's capped at 1080, of course. Still looks a heck of a lot better than the free. Interview Insider, hello. GFN Control Plus N should show what card it is. Yeah, I thought that. I'll try it again later. It was still coming up with that NVIDIA thingy bobby. Interview Insider looks very much like Joe. Good to see you, dude. Okay, as a Brit, I still don't understand pounds. 14 pounds to a stone, 12 inches to a foot. That's all you got to remember. Of course, if you want to go with the full poundage or even kilos, that's absolutely fine. I don't get the kilos thing because I'm old. I'm 56 years old in less than 2 weeks, guys. I will check out his other channel, but I spotted it, mate, didn't I? Eh? I knew. How many channels have you got? All your various gaming things. Warrior came out in 2011. Anthony Hopkins is my favourite actor. He is, without a shadow of a doubt, an amazing actor. He must be getting quite old now, Ant, as well. Hi, brother, mate. Yeah, how you doing, buddy? The Fans are Gamers Club. Different name every time. I hope you're keeping well, dude. So, we have got games coming. And let's quickly run through them, and then I'll quickly run through the other gaming news I've got, and then we'll quickly get on to the draw. Firelanders, Occupy Mars, the game, Grimstar Crystals are the new oil, whatever that is. Watch Dogs Legion. That was already on there. That must be because I've played it on GFN, because I never downloaded that. It must be because it's from a different... It says on Steam? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I get confused. Sometimes they have these games that are already on there, but it's just that it's come from a different platform. I'm guessing if you had previously bought it through Ubisoft or you had a Ubisoft Plus account, you could play it. But now you can buy it on Steam and not have to have a Ubisoft Plus or have had bought it from Ubisoft. Or Ubisoft, as we determined the other day the name probably is. So apologies for my confusion, but that's probably what it is. Raiden 4 times Mikado Remix, whatever that is. Absolute Drift, Blacktail, Cygnus Enterprises, Destroy All Humans, Steam and Epic Games Store. Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed. Love the humour in that game. Dwarf Fortress, which is the most basic looking game I've ever seen, but everybody who plays it gets hooked. Like Vampire Thingy Bob, they just seem to love it. The Eternal Cylinder, Hello Neighbor 2, Immortals Phoenix Rising Steam, same point I think as the other. MX versus ATV Legends, Nebula's Fleet Command, Rain World, The Valiant, and Way of the Hunter. In addition, members can look forward to the following this week. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It's another Ubisoft game. So again, Steam. Carrier Command 2, Project Hospital, Portal with RTX. Severed Steel. Cycling back to Portal with RTX. So this came out a couple of weeks ago with full RTX, but you couldn't play it on GeForce Now. They've been holding back, I think, for DLSS 3. Now it's available. And if you already owned the game, and lots of people did, then you can play it for free. You don't need to buy it again. So that's a game I'm going to check out because that's DLSS 3. They said this in the CES event. So I'm really keen to see how that looks. Supposed to look amazing. Plus, I'm interested to see if it says 4090, because only the 4090, as far as I know, can run DLSS 3. So that will be interesting. Does this mean no Forspoken coming to GFN? Rudigs, as far as I'm aware, it's not due until the end of January, about 22nd of January. Sometimes they only announce the week before a game that's coming. Not too big surprise. So I hope so. As you know, it's going to be a big giveaway for me this month. And I'd like to think that it will be available. So there you go. Normally, if we had the time, I would pop through some of these games, have a look at them. But actually, a lot of these games you're probably already familiar with. So that's all cool. And I think that they always drop more games than they announce at the front of the month, always. So I wouldn't just write off Forspoken just yet. If the AAA games don't come to GFN, let me just highlight this, says no time, Pete. If the AAAs don't come to GFN, pointless. Okay, so I saw a Cloud Dosage did a thing yesterday, which showed all of the releases across all the cloud platforms of all the brand new games, the AAAs. And GeForce Now was holding its own. It was getting as many as anywhere else. I think it was getting more than xCloud, in truth. And in terms of old games, well, that's going to be down to the developers. What can these guys do? They've made it ultra easy to port them. It's just a tick box when you submit your game to Steam, and then they'll pick it up and do the rest. So, they can't, short of paying them, and they don't have the money to do that, or short of holding a shotgun to a developer's head, they can only do what they can only do. We know that Boosteroid gets around this by being something else, more like Shadow PC, and doesn't have the same level of integration that GeForce Now has with its games and with the game stores. And I personally have tried so many times with Boosteroid, and I just can't get into certain games. It just ain't happening for me. So I'm sick a little bit, but I'm doing. Oh, are you, mate? I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get better soon. Right, quickly, because I've got some other quick news for you. This is a major one. Exoprimal, beg your pudding. Exoprimal, disable my, okay, whatever. Flipping idiots. Once, we'll disable it once. Now, get out of here. Yeah, whatever. I've done it. continue to the site. Oh, do you know, I had another site lined up for this. Time's against us. Exoprimal is launching soon, and it's coming to Xbox. But here's the thing. I don't think it's coming currently. Game Pass Ultimate. Right, let me read it to you. Xbox might finally be rolling out its cloud gaming service. It's with Exoprimal. As noted on the game's official store page, Exoprimal will be coming to consoles and the cloud, but there's no mention of Game Pass. That's the key. So they have said it's coming to the cloud on Xbox, but nobody has said it's coming to Game Pass. In other words, if you buy this game, it's going to be available to play on xCloud. Now, they said they were bringing this, if you remember, they said they were bringing this last year for games that you already own for Game Pass, for xCloud. So that's great news, and what it symbolizes and signifies is this could be the first of the vanguard of those games coming to the cloud that aren't part of a service. Of course, you buy your games on GeForce Now and have them on GeForce Now, but this is exclusively Xbox. So you could buy a game without owning an Xbox and be out there with it, which has got to be a good thing, surely. But don't call me Shirley. So that's all good. Just getting some music fired up again for you guys. Here we go. Awesome. That should be working. Right. So that was a piece of decent news, I thought. Prime Gaming games coming up. Let's get to these. We have very quickly Breath Edge. Let me zoom in. So these are games coming to both Prime Gaming and if you've got a Prime account, you can play them for free on Amazon Luna as well. You don't have to have an Amazon Luna account. So Chicken Police, The Evil Within 2, Far Away 2, Beat Cop, and Breath Edge. I think it's called Breath Edge. Although it doesn't show those. Let me come down to the actual games that it mentions. Evil Within 2, Jackbox Party Pack 2, Lawn Mowing Simulator. Why show me that graphic when those aren't the games? Maybe they're coming later. The first batch of games is in the free games. The first batch of games is in the free games with Prime offering, which is available to all Prime Gaming subscribers. These include The Evil Within 2, Far Away 2, Breath Edge, Beat Cop, and Chicken Police. The second batch comes to Amazon Luna. Right, okay. So Beach Buggy, Racing, Hot Wheels, Jackbox Party Pack 2, Monster Truck Championship, and Lumens, which Ray mentioned just the other day. Very, very quickly, this is a bit of sad news, a bit of Stadia news. Apparently Asus's next gaming Chromebook was originally designed for Stadia. It had the Stadia colours. They were going to release it as a Stadia Chromebook. Wow! And then they were caught out like everybody else was, and they've quickly flipped it, and now you can play GeForce Now on it. Such a shame. It literally had the Stadia colours. Wowzer! Wowzer, wowzer, wowzer. And Epic Games Store, as mentioned earlier by I Can't See, the games you can go and grab for free right now. Have I gone past them? I very often do. Here we are. Yep, there we go. Kerbal Space Program and Shadow Tactics. Now, Ico's Choice, which was what was mentioned. It was the Shadow Tactics bit that threw me. So those two games are free right now. They look pretty cool. Kerbal is a kind of, I don't know why it shows a little funny looking aliens, but you basically literally build space rockets and space stuff, which could be cool if you're into that kind of a game. And Shadow Tactics, let me just go back. Tactics Ico's Choice is a game I've had my eye on actually, and looks really cool. It's kind of a false perspective tactician game. So, you know, you've got to kind of move your guys around and solve stuff. But I do like the look of that game. So there you go, guys. That's the news. Let me just make sure that the wheels are ready. And then I can get us over there. So we want Rokk's Wheel of Fortune to kick off with, because that is how we are going to choose a winner. That's looking good to me. So let's get over to the Wheel of Fortune. There we go. Look at that. Spin for a winner. I actually had a lovely cutout of me and everything, but I've abandoned it at the last minute because it was kind of covering up stuff. And anyway, it doesn't matter. We haven't got a lot of time. Just realised I've been responding to half an hour ago, was taking a call. Oh, no worries, dude. That happens to me sometimes. Right, so we're going to... Hey, Multi-Gamer, how are you? Midlands for me. There you go, the Midlands. Oh, actually not too far. 3 hours up the road for Doragon. Good to see you. Thank you, sir. And Guy P. How are you? Great to see you as well. Right, so those of you who entered today's draw and or is a member, 1 second, is going already in here. So we're going to choose the winner, then we're going to choose the game. I'm going to do it quick. And it's a little bit different. Are you ready for this? You should be able to hear this now as well. Can you hear it? Yes. No, you probably can't. And I tell you what, I need to just sort that out. Because a good reason. Yeah, no, that's it. That should be working okay. Why is that noise not coming through? Oh, it's because there is no noise yet. Here it comes. Spin the wheel, Rokk. Oh, I turned the noise off. I had some really good noise. That's annoying. Anyway. Here we go. Here's the winner. Slowing down. It's gone past Tracy. It's gone past Oregon. It's gone past Johnny Robot. Squids. Phil. Al Davis. Primo. Death Alive, Big Steve. It's going to come down to John. No, it's just Joe. No, Humble. Dad plays games. Is it going to be Ray today? Is it going to be Dre today? William? I think if it keeps going, it could be. We could get our first ever Queen Rach win. Yes! Awesome. She is amazing. Queen Rach has been a member since almost since I started being monetized. So bless her. And by the way, guys, you may or may not have watched, she does the most fantastic Destiny 2 streams. They last about 8 hours long. She takes people in there for to do trials, to do raids, all sorts of stuff. So check her streams out because she's amazing. Right, so that was that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this will work as well. Let me get us to the games. Yes, here we are. Woohoo! Right, so here we are with the games. Now, the white one showing is Horizon Zero Dawn. So that's the one that a lot of you are going to hope it lands on. Thank you, Rudigs. Another draw. So the last one was the winner. This one is for the game, and this is how it's going to be forever. So we've got all the games in the wheel, and the white one is the special win that is the super prize. There's just Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. We land on that one, you get all of the Horizon Zero Dawn DLCs as well. Let's get it done so I can let you folks go. Do you know what I'm annoyed about? I've got a really special logo that I created. It doesn't seem to have made its way in, but let's just do this. You ready? This should work. Ready for this? Woohoo! And wait till it gets chosen. It hasn't ended. Here we go. Is it going to stop on Horizon Zero Dawn? First go. It's going past. GeForce Now Pass, Micro Machines, Labyrinthine, and it's going to stop on Mega Race 1. Good game. Woohoo! There you go. Brilliant. Let me just make a little note of this. How much fun is that? So we had Queen Rach, bless her, and we had Mega Race 1. There we go. Sorted. What did you think of that, guys? Do you like that? Let me know in the comments, or let me know in the chat what you thought of that as a thing for us moving forward. Seeing a wheel like this, I want the big win to be green like a roulette wheel. I've never been into a casino. I wouldn't know. I'll make it green for you. But I do enjoy this added giveaway. The sound is awesome. It's good, isn't it? There was some music for the other one as well, but it didn't come through. But I'll fix it for tomorrow. Awesome sauce. Right, there we go. Now, Doragon said he would travel for rugby. Here's the problem, my friend. So a few years back, my business, my company, were sponsors of the Exeter Chiefs for about 14 years. And we did their website, we did their mobile app, we did their social media, the whole works. And we lost the contract a few years ago. So I no longer have the tickets that I used to get. So it was this weekend only that a good friend of mine said, I've got 4 tickets, would you like them? Otherwise, I would very, very much love to invite some of you guys to rugby, but it ain't my tickets to do. So as much as that would be cool, it works for me, says Tracy. I think it's pretty cool, isn't it, Trace? You get to see the game you win. And it's all done randomly as well. Actually, Mega Race 1's quite a fun game as well. So I will let Rach know, because she probably wouldn't do. Right, that'll do it. I think, I'm not sure whether it's Thursdays or Fridays that William streams. I'm just having a quick look. Haven't seen Dave Wilson in the chat since he joined Rokk Show. He normally tells me who is streaming and who isn't. Ninja Guy is streaming. What's Ninja Guy streaming? First Look of Gripper. 5 are watching that. And no, I think that's it with the folk that I know. So, sorry, I was listening to Ninja Guy there. Before we go, Rokk Players on in 2 hours' time. Holtz, sadly, isn't going to be there. He's got COVID. Bless him. He was bad before Christmas, and now he's got COVID. My company, I don't know why I suddenly made you Norwegian, sponsored an F1 team. When they stopped, we lost the ticket. Yeah. Exactly. It's how it works, right? You get those privileges, you get looked after, you get the free bar, all that stuff, and then it's gone. But Exeter Chief's not quite in the same league as a Formula One company, I have to be honest with you, mate. But if you like your rugby, they're one of the best grounds to visit. They're always voted the best ground to visit as an away fan. But rugby's such a friendly sport. It's just so different to your and as is F1 and tennis and so on. But compared to football, looking good. Hey Joe, how are you, my friend? We saw your brother in just now, by the way. He was having some interviews or something. Right, guys, I couldn't see William streaming, so we're under no panic. But I did have a little. I did a little poll running, didn't I, earlier? Let me see. What have we got here? 78% of you think that polls are fun, and 27% think they're annoying. That's interesting. Thank you for that. I've ended and got rid of that. I tend to find them a bit annoying. And I tell you why. It's just that when I go to someone's stream on my phone, that obliterates the chat. And I've got, for some of them, you've got to put something in before you can get rid of it. And sometimes I don't care. Some of them will say things like, have you subscribed to my channel? Or have you joined my membership yet? So I get the idea of using it to advertise, but it's stopping me from engaging. And there have been times when I've gone out balls to it and gone off elsewhere. So that's why I find them annoying. If they're genuinely interesting, if you're genuinely saying something like, I don't know, are you a GeForce Now, are you a GeForce Now subscriber or booster or whatever? They're quite useful. But I think if you're just using them to promote yourself, that's just annoying. Personal thing. Just a personal thing. Right, guys. So, unless you've got anything else you would like to ask me or tell me, I'm going to call it a day. As I was saying, Rokk Players in 2 hours. Holt sadly has COVID. I am aiming to be in the show, but it's Bjorn's baby. We do have a great lineup, though. We have Chocotoko, who's my old friend. We've had on the show before. He's great fun. He's a Colombian by birth, but he has lived. I think he's now a nationalised French person, speaks fluent French. He's lived in Canada. He speaks fluent English. He speaks fluent French, obviously Colombian. He speaks Italian. He speaks, I think, Japanese. He's just an amazing guy. He's on the show. N7 Spectre's on tonight as well. I think Ninja Guy X, but I might be wrong. I know it's a decent lineup for the panel. So, and of course Bjorn. So please do pop over. Rokk sent a few emails for merch for you, so I'll drop you a message when I get in. Oh, a few emails for merch. Thank you, dude. I'll check on if it hasn't happened. Yeah, for sure it should. So please do, dude. That's much appreciated, and thank you. I just love the logo. I just love it on a t-shirt. It looks really cool, and thank you for that. Right, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a fantastic Thursday. It's Friday tomorrow, members only. Just the one members only tomorrow, because we do the big members only on a Friday at the end of the month. But it's going to be for the each members only Friday is a bundle of games, so look out for that. We won't do the winners games draw thing on the wheel because there's so many bundles, or won't we? We might do. I'll give it a thought. I've got to create another wheel. Right. Thank you so much, everybody. You are amazing. I hope you've enjoyed the show. We're going to get the heck out, and I will see you all tomorrow. Rokk out.
Double tap.